Thank you for welcoming me onto your screens or onto headphones, depending on how you're watching this. I'm Eddie, and this is The Rollback. Folks, today I'm here to talk about Pearl, aka the best Harley Quinn origin story. I know I have to equate everything with comics. That's how my brain functions. But real quick, the synopsis. So, Pearl, trapped on an isolated farm and having to tend to her ailing father while under the watchful eye of her overbearing mother, which, yeah, some mommy issues going on here. She wants glory. She wants glamour. She wants to be famous and, in her own words, to be loved by as many people as possible. And then everything comes to a head in the course of 2 days. And it is a shit show amongst shit shows, but I'm all here for it. Typically, when I talk about the actors, I talk about the whole cast. In this one, Mia Goth, that's it, done. She doesn't just carry this film on her back. She does every good scene in this film is on her shoulders. Much in the way that I Am Legend had to depend on Will Smith, this movie, Mia Goth. And it is a crime she won't be nominated for an Oscar because it's a horror film or thriller, slasher. That's a damn shame because she deserves it for this role. So I can't really sing the praises of this film enough. So this is like an art house slasher, but I mean that in the best way. There's no boogeyman. There's no nightmare monster. It's just a person left alone with her thoughts in the worst kind of situation that escalates. At one point, Mia Goth's character marries a guy thinking, oh, he's rich. He'll get me out of here. We can go live a fun life. You know, the glitz, the glamour and all that. We can go meet somebody. And then the son of a bitch pulls a 180 on her and is like, no, let's go live on your farm. And okay, at least they have each other, right? But then he goes off to fight in the war. So now she's by herself on a farm that she's been trying to escape with her love gone. And it drives her mad. Understandably so. Isolationism is a thing, but damn. Now look, I'm not saying she's right or wrong for feeling like he abandoned her. I understand. What I will say though is all the stuff that comes with it. Her resentment against him for leaving her. I understand all that. I also understand that she resents him because of how good he had it and how he doesn't realize being here on the farm is not fun. It's a struggle. I don't want to be here. You had this great life and you decided to leave it behind. And where does that leave us? And she delivers all this in a beautifully delivered monologue towards the end of the film between Pearl and Mitzi, her sister-in-law. And she just buries her soul or lets her soul out in this instance. She talks about how angry she is with her parents, with her mother, with her husband, with her life, that it hasn't come out the way she wanted it to be. How she she did an audition and nothing's turning out the way she wanted, and she just feels distraught and destroyed in all this. She feels isolated and she starts to hurt animals and then gradually starts hurting her father and people. You know, it escalates. And again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying something like this could happen, and that is fucking terrifying. Essentially, she goes mad. And then we get some of the most artistic kills I've ever seen. And then one of the most horrific artistic endings I've ever seen. With Pearl's husband coming home to a house with, I think both her parents are dead and they're at the kitchen table, food rotting. And she just turns around and says, honey, you're home, like something from a movie. And Mia Goth stares into the camera for, I believe, 2.5 minutes without blinking. And you see the muscles in her head forcing her eyes to stay open. You see her forcing her smile to the point where she drips saliva because her mouth is full of saliva. And it's just this harsh movie, like this harsh moment, and it sells the creepiness of this film. To be clear, I am singing this film's praises, by the way. If you want me to get some negative, I mean, I have none. This movie feels like, stylistically, this film feels like something from the old days, like The Wizard of Oz, but with a sprinkle of Wes Craven on it. An honestly great film. In my opinion, way better than X. I love the simplicity of this film. Yeah, I mean, I recommend it to everybody. I believe I gave it an A. It's an A. I recommend it for everyone. Go watch it. Enjoy it. It's an artsy horror film, but probably one of the best art horror films I've ever seen. That said, though, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of The Rollback. Please like, subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. We're always trying to grow this channel. Also, do us a favor, listen to our podcasts. The links down below. They're always great, especially when I'm there. Yeah. Bye, everybody. I can't do it for 2 minutes. I'm sorry.